Hey, pastors out there, I've got the best bad idea you have heard all week. Maybe you should consider working for the church for free. There, I said it. You might also be thinking to yourself, why did you shoot this video in the doorframe of your office? Because I'm a bivocational pastor. What do you want me to do? Fly to Paris and I don't know. I don't have time to go to luxurious places and take videos. I'm in my office. Look, there's junk on my desk. See it? Look, there's water. I've been using that same water mug for like 2 days now. True story. Don't judge me. I'm a bivocational pastor. I ain't got time to get new mugs out. That's downstairs. First of all, you are flipping insane if you try this. Straight up. But just maybe, God has called you to this insanity. Hi, my name is Josh Harris, and I'm the lead pastor at Branchville United Methodist Church. I began volunteering as the pastor on a free basis there in March of 2016. This is a 200-year-old church. But for the last probably 20 years, the average attendance for worship was 25. For the past 3.5, 4 years, we've seen a lot of growth. Our worship attendance average now is much closer to 90. We have seen great growth in our small group ministries and our mission efforts. It's been a really exciting time. Now, before you send your hate mail, full disclosure, I now receive a salary from the church. Our church has grown and it's taken more responsibility, more time, more energy. So it was just time for us to, for me to come on board and receive a salary from the church. But it's not for everybody. I get that. Only probably just crazy people would do this. I don't know who else would do this. But maybe you're burned out. Maybe vocational ministry hasn't worked for you at this time in your life. Maybe you have a heart for church revitalization. There's a big, huge effort being taken right now to revitalize our plateaued little churches or our dying little churches. And in those situations, sometimes it's going to be hard for that church to come up with money to pay a pastor, or if nothing else, there's other things that money can be used for. And maybe this would be a good opportunity for you. I'm not the first to come up with this idea. Paul, in the scriptures, talks to us about how he was not accepting money from certain churches. He was working for them for free. Now, he was a tent maker, probably worked with leather. He had another job to provide for himself. And I completely hear that other churches also were supplementing him. I hear that. But this isn't a new idea. I think it dates back to the earliest days of our church. Now, some of you are going to immediately say, look, I cannot afford to work for free and not get paid. Look, I'm not saying you don't draw an income somewhere. You got to go make money. You got to provide for yourself and your family. You've got bills to pay, possibly seminary education or some other kind of education to pay for. Yeah, good job, probably a full-time job, and let's be honest. I mean, for a lot of us, we could make more money outside of the church with a secular job than inside of the church. So I'm not saying not to have an income. You got to go make money. The next hurdle you might be coming up with in your mind is, I just simply could not get it all done if I worked for free and had another job. I just couldn't get all the responsibilities done. And yeah, you're absolutely right. You're not going to get it all done. For me, I focused on two things. I had to have a sermon every Sunday, and I developed my leadership, specifically small group leaders. That's where I put my focus on. Were there other things that I would have liked to have done that didn't get done? Absolutely. You're right. One of the things that comes from this, kind of a blessing that comes from this too, is people step up. Hey, we need this role filled. Can you volunteer to do this? And I mean, that's what the church is all about anyhow, isn't it? It's us as a body working together. One of the benefits to trying this approach to ministry, we've all been there, the new pastor in a new church. Everybody's filling each other out. Do we trust him or her? Do we trust each other here? I don't know if we do. We'll see. Instant buy-in. Whenever I told them, hey, I'm not going to receive a salary, they immediately knew a few things. One, I wasn't in it for money. Now, why anybody would get into ministry for money, I have no idea. That's a very poor business plan. But they knew that. They knew I wasn't in it for the money. I wasn't looking for another paycheck. The other thing that they quickly realized is I believed in this church. I believed in this ministry. We're going to go somewhere. And man, I think they got excited about that. Yeah, we believe in the church too. Let's do this. Let's do this. And slowly but surely, we began to gain some ground. Hey, once again, I know this is not for everybody. And hey, church people out there, you can't be going to your preacher or pastor, whatever you want to call him this or her this Sunday, and say, hey, you ever thought about, doing all this for free? You can't do that. I'm speaking to the pastors here. It's an approach you might want to consider.